fighting for your rights to be in children's life.
Fighting for fairness, one dad at a time.
What's up, guys? Kevin Parkinson back with another episode of Father's Win. We're going into the courtroom, jumping right into the middle of a hearing because this man's lawyer is doing what it takes to make sure he walks out a victor. Let's jump in here. Shout out to Family Court Chaos. Great channel if you guys are interested in more of these videos.
Items that were mentioned and the reply also. I mean, he's having two households. So the target bill was spent, outfitting a private space for the kids in his apartment because Miss Dreyer continues to reside in a marital home. And
let's stop it right there. Dad's judge is doing an amazing job explaining the situation. Guys, if you're representing yourself, we call that pro se in family court. If you're representing yourself, always remember, keep the main things the main things. First things first. Our papa loves all the honeys, dummies, Playboy bunnies, those getting money. Biggie Smalls even told you, keep the first things first, keep the main thing the main thing. Hey, I got to spend money on an apartment because I can't live in the marital home because she's not gone. Great job. Let's keep going.
He has an apartment, so he had to outfit it with some items for the children, right? And then, Mr. Dreyer has a job where he has to maintain professional appearances, so he had to buy some new clothes. So if we're going to nitpick each and individual, spending habits, again, I'll just remind the court that she's the plaintiff, and we need to move this case forward, so we can't be picking apart each other's, spending habits.
Okay, I got to stop right there. Ms. Wolfram, Attorney Wolfram, wonderful job. You're doing an excellent job. You're quickly articulating why dad is spending the money he's spending. You're doubling up because not only are you showing that dad has to spend money that he shouldn't have to be spending, you're showing that he's doing it in the best interest of his children. He needs things for the apartment. He needs things for the kids. He needs things for work because he has to work so he can keep a roof over his kid's head while his ex is still in their marital home. Great job. She is finding the target and she is attacking the target. Let's keep it going.
But rather we can separate financials and move on with the finalization of this. So we'd ask the court to take all that into consideration, give us a temporary order we can move forward with and get us ready for trial.
Nice. Now it looks like dad wants to go to trial. Taking it to trial, we're taking it to trial. He is not here playing around with this negotiation game. Remember, there's a lot of times when at family court, you can remedy a lot of things, or at least you can look good to your judge if you do try to mediate before you get to court. Because the judge, guys, most family court judges, they've got 400, sometimes 500 or 600 cases that they're juggling at any given time. I'm not exaggerating that, guys. I live here in Phoenix, 5th biggest metropolitan in America, and it's not a joke. These courts are swamped. So if you can remedy things, good. Let's keep it going.
What's our trial date?
Let me say, I don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking.
Sorry, I should have looked that up. Let's see.
I believe it's May 27th or 28th.
Look, guys, your lawyer also has a lot going on in his or her life. No matter whether you're able to afford a lawyer or not, make sure you're the Jeff Bezos of your life. Make sure you're the gosh darn Steven Spielberg of your life. Kevin, what do you mean by that? Have your things in order, guys. Have your things in order. Think, I'm Spike Lee. I'm a movie director. I have to know all the bells and whistles of this case, just like I know all the bells and whistles of this movie. The script, the actors, the locations, the budget, etc. Know everything there is to know about your case.
Okay, thank you. So coming up shortly.
Yeah, really, really quickly. 5:28, 2 o'clock.
All right.
Now we can sit here and laugh at mom because it looked like mom just wiped her nose, but I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's being emotional or something right now. But if you're in court or if you're on a hearing, try to compose yourself so you don't have to do that. You don't want to look funny or weird in any kind of way. You don't want to give the other team any kind of opposition to see emotion. Nothing. Okay, guys? So shout out to mom. We're not going to go in on her too much for that.
All right.
Judge, not to interrupt, but May 28th at 2 o'clock is a settlement conference.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so that's dad's lawyer's assistant helping out.
You're right. It does say settlement
Yeah,
conference.
I didn't think we were scheduled for trial.
We had asked for it to be set for trial. That's why I said that. And I knew some dates had gone on. But yeah, we had asked I asked for it when I appeared at the motion to excuse.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
That is open for me. I have a review hearing, but I can probably get it
We're
covered.
going over dates.
Any temporary orders. And every time that we think, and I do think that it's possible to come to an agreement, but basically what happens is when we go sort of off the record, you know, I'm just going to be honest with the court, Ms. Dreyer kind of pulls back and then we don't get one and here we are again. So as much as I'd like to say that I think we can, and we can certainly come up with, you know, maybe some minute details between us. And I have every confidence it creates a chaotic situation.
Okay, with all the respect in the world to this lawyer, she's rambling a little bit, but she's making some really good points. She's saying every time that we try to have a conference, a settlement hearing, a mediation hearing, anything, mom just keeps pushing it further along. So I don't know if that means she's not showing up. I don't know if that means all of a sudden she's getting a cold the morning of, or a tire goes out, but the judge is hearing from dad's attorney, hey, we are doing everything we can to be, and I want you to remember this term. Remember this term, no matter what. You want that judge to look at you like you are the reasonable parent. Write that term down, guys, because that will save you in family court. My goal is to appear to be the reasonable parent, or at least a reasonable parent. So dad is showing good faith that him and his attorney have been trying to mediate with this woman and things just aren't working out. So everything that you're seeing here are things that you can do yourself if you represent yourself pro se, but that's dangerous. But we all don't always have the money to afford an attorney. I've been there 1,000 times. You guys know my story. Here we go. Let's keep it going.
And when we depart.
And in your response, you asked for this to be referred to the front of the court.
I'm
not sure that's going to happen.
No, at the time, Your Honor, Ms. Schultz had not been, you know, when I filed it, she had not retained additional counsel. I don't think that we need a front
of the court means a lot of things in different jurisdictions. Front of the court might mean, hey, we need somebody to represent the kids. Front of the court might mean, hey, we need to reschedule this. Front of the court might mean, hey, we need court-appointed mediation. It means a lot of things in different jurisdictions. So I'm not going to really go too in on what they are getting at in wanting this to go to the front of the court.
Then I don't see a need for that at that time.
Okay, now we're flipping the script. Now mom's attorney has the floor.
And we can negotiate parameters. The concern here, and I mean, again, I recently entered this.
Okay, before we go any further, if you like this content, subscribe. I'm joking. Isn't that annoying? You're watching a YouTube video, you're really feeling it, and then all of a sudden, if this is resonating with you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It just takes you completely out of it, out of the disposition of watching and listening passively, whatever. What I'm going to say is this. Mom's lawyer, I guarantee you, is about to make some disparaging comments towards dad. I didn't hear any disparaging comments about mom. I just heard facts. So let's see how the shoe fits when it's on the other feet. What's on the other feet? Let's see what happens. Here we go.
Case. So I don't know, what has happened before, during, after mediation, as far as the minute details of trying to get an agreement. But the reality here is that Ms. Dreyer has stayed home with the kids for a significant amount of time. She's been out of the workforce. Mr. Dreyer has, earned all of the financial support for the household. And since they've separated, he's expecting her to live on $2,000 a month. And it's not realistic. So while she's attempting to secure employment and alternate income sources, at this point, she's not yet done so.
Okay, let me stop right there. Did I call it or did I call it? In the words of Lil Wayne, I wasn't born last night. I know these ex-wives ain't right. I told you there was going to be some kind of name calling or character assassination immediately. So what you're telling me is dad has been working the entire marriage, providing for mom, providing for the kids, providing for the home. Great. There's a divorce. It be like that sometimes. I'm sorry, because, kids deserve to grow up in a two-parent home. I'm sorry, but it's a reality. It happens. Dad moves out of the marital home So that tells me he's given her time to get on her feet. Hey, find a job, find a place to live. And there's $2,000 a month to be had. Now, I don't know if dad is still paying for the marital home, but from the sounds of it, he is, on top of an apartment. And she's getting $2,000 a month. It could be from a trust. It could be from alimony. It could be from child support. I have no idea. But $2,000 a month, you better make something shake. And I don't mean go to a club and shake your body for money. What I mean by that is you got to be a person of action. You're not starting from zero. $2,000, of course, that can't pay rent, pay utilities, pay car note in a lot of cities and towns. We know that, but it's not nothing. So they're grasping at straws here to try to make dad look bad. Let's see what else we hear. But when this happens to you in family court, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's a matter. Let me tell you something. When you're in family court, fighting for your kids, fighting for your rights to be in children's life, it's not a matter of maybe. Listen, my boy. Listen, let me tell you something. It's not a matter of maybe they're going to try to discredit my name. It's a matter of when. So be prepared for it. Don't freak out. Don't get angry like I used to in court because the woman's lying on you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be mad at God. My friend Henry told me this the other day. He said, Kev, we as men got to remember, don't be mad at God. He said, Kev, you specifically, man, don't be mad at God because of the stress you're going through with your daughter's mother. Don't. Remember the evil of man's heart. Remember how evil a person can get. That goes for a man or a woman. But as it pertains to family court, it's usually your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend who all of a sudden, it was all good just a week ago, and where's Kanye? But all of a sudden, you're the scum of the earth. Now, we've all seen worse than this, but I'm just saying, I see the setup.
She absolutely needs a contribution to attorney fees. Mr. Dreyer's got almost $36,000 sitting in an account. So it's a little disingenuous for him to then state that, he doesn't have the money. It's sitting right.
You don't know what I'm about to do with that $36,000. I might be about to open a laundromat. I might be about to take my car out of negative equity. I might be about to use that as a down payment toward a house that I obviously might need if you don't get out of the marital home. I might be about to buy a spleen or a kidney for one of my family members. That $36,000 might be the educational fund for my children. That is not fair. We don't even know if that $36,000 is in a Roth IRA, in a retirement account, in a children's educational fund that can't be touched till they're 18, in a CD. She didn't specify what kind of account. And even though she sounds pleasant, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the kind of disingenuous behavior that they do in family court. Be prepared for it. Here we go. Let's see if it works.
Right there. So she is requesting, child support, spousal support, at least to get her through. And for the time being, we're set for trial here pretty soon. So Mr. Dreyer is not going to be, we can reassess this at that point based on where Ms. Dreyer is at the time. And then in the response, it's really important that Ms. Dreyer hasn't decided yet what she wants to do, what she's able to do. What she's trying to do is breathe financially. And
she don't know what she want to do. She don't know what she need to do. She was under some instructions from a guy who decided to do life with her. And now that those instructions are over, because we don't know who decided to file for divorce. We're not saying anybody's right or wrong. But now all of a sudden, he's scum. He's not doing right by me. He's practicing financial abuse. Because that's what I'm hearing here, guys. Let's see what happens. I could be wrong.
Before she can make some decisions on what she would like to see happen with the house long term. So those are really the only things that I would add at this point.
I'd like to document everything. When you're looking like you're facing a divorce, document everything. Make sure everything's documented. Even if your accounts are still together, document everything. Never lie on your financial affidavits. Try to separate whatever you can legally Like, don't try to shook and jive now and say, I'm going to send some stuff to an offshore account and I'm going to physically take this sheepskin rug and move it over here to my mother's house. Like, you better be careful because the financials will be looked at. But keep documentations of everything. Keep things clear. If you are in love with a woman and you're doing the marriage thing, that's beautiful. Nothing but love for you. And I hope it works, my man. But if the unfortunate reality of divorce happens, make sure you're prepared to prove what's yours. Also, we got to remember things like the marriage, what do they call it? The prenuptial agreement. Yeah, it's another episode. Here we go.
To briefly respond, Your Honor, there's not that 36,000 includes that 16,000 that they're complaining about, right? So that's the problem, is that that's double dipping. So do you want that money spent or do you want to account for it, right? Like, that's the question. Shoot, what was there was two things.
Double dipping means there was an account, things were separated. In the separation of assets, I got to keep certain account, and then mom comes back around and says, oh yeah, but I need half of that account also. That's double dipping. That shouldn't be permitted. So lawyers doing a great job of reminding the judge of that.
Things, I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, and the $2,000 a month is in addition to 100% of her expenses being paid.
What? What do you? Okay. Okay. Woosah. Woosah. This woman is greedy. This is a greedy person. In other episodes, we've talked about the types of women to avoid when you're on the dating market, especially for you young guys who watch. Greed is something that we're going to have to tackle also. It's not just selfishness. It's not just this person who's indignant. A greedy person is also someone you should stay away from. This is greed. This is greed. This is force, lifelong alimony. This is wrong. Let's see what happens. I'm going to be quiet. Let's see what happens.
So my client is still maintaining all the household expenses. So yes, the $2,000, it's like $2,400 of child support, but it's in addition to her living expenses, her utilities. He's paying all the bills and paying child support. So, when we're talking about even more money, we're not asking her to survive on $2,000 a month. She's having $2,000 to, support her portion, support the children on her parenting time, but the rest of her household expenses is 100% being paid. So those are just two clarifications.
Relief requested.
Okay, Judge, come on.
And nobody addressed the third, although I read it, the prohibition on third parties.
I would request that the court does put that in place. I mean,
a third party could mean something like all of a sudden her mother has to move in and now her mother's living fat off the land, or she got a boyfriend. Like, let's see what happens.
And certainly without revealing too much, that was, a point of contention for the mediation. So it was like potentially agreed, but then not. And it was some time ago. But with the idea that my client is maintaining the marital home, it, he is struggling with the fact that we're moving a person in while also not deciding whether we should sell the house or not.
Who's moving in? Say it. Put it on the bricks. Who's moving in?
Right. This is becoming really uncomfortable for my client to have to support her lifestyle and her,
Well, without commenting on whether that may be true or not, any of that, I will indicate that the court does routinely for the best interest.
Again, dad and his lawyer, they're not throwing her under the bus. They're not doing character assassination. They're using facts. Dad is paying for the entire household on top of giving her $2,000 in child support. And he's uncomfortable because somebody is planning on also moving in the house on top of that. And that has been what has been making mediation contentious. Oh, you just said a whole lot without saying anything. Excellent job. That's how you get your point across and keep first things first without name calling and without being emotional. Excellent. Let's wrap this up.
Interest of the children during the pendency of a divorce prohibit third parties from being introduced to the.
What does that mean? Allegedly, the boyfriend can't move in. The divorce needs to finish. It not happen.
Children, either party.
Indeed.
Because they need the stability during that that pendency at least.
That's right. The kids need stability. You don't need to be moving anybody in right now. Slow down, little red Corvette.
So I will grant that as well. I'm going to vacate at this time. I do think that we have a trial date set, and we can deal with it at that point. I will grant leave for defendant to file his counterclaim. And
I think, okay, that's it. And that's it. So, okay, let me see if there's any more.
Stipulated.
Okay, that's it. That's it. So ultimately, what happened here, the judge is setting up the trial. And the judge is ultimately saying, I'm going to allow you to present all this at the trial. And honestly, to me, it looks like Dad is going to knock this out the ballpark. Great job to his attorney. If you find yourself in a situation where you're about to go through the rigmarole, a family court, first, God bless you. Good luck. Remember, don't get preoccupied with name calling or being emotional. It's going to be hard. I'm not telling you something I haven't gone through. I've literally shown you guys footage of me in my court hearings getting just bombarded. I'll see if I can throw something up right now, but go with God, stay focused, stay motivated, learn as much as you can, watch channels like this. There are other channels on YouTube. I'm so sorry I'm not a lawyer. I can't come represent you. This isn't legal advice. These are just my 7 years of being in family court. And I want to share as much information with you guys as I possibly can. What did you think of this hearing? This is a win. You might not see it as that, but this is a win, and this is how you win in family court. I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Fathers Win Peace.
Baby mama! Why is she always lying? For real. Why you always lying? Why? Oh my God, stop freaking lying. Why you lying?